One day I was bored and I thought I wanted to make a game, but like not too challenging, not too time consuming. And so I thought, why not set a deadline of 2 days and just do it over the weekend? Well, it went from 2 days to 3 weeks. That makes a bit of difference, doesn't it? I'm going to walk you through this whole process in this video. Weepy! I've seen countless videos on YouTube of people making a video about making a game, and I thought, why not? I've already done something in my favorite RPG Maker engine and have some portfolio with it. If you want to see my past projects, there's a link in the description. As I said, I chose the RPG Maker engine because of my experience with it. The game is about you being Detective Cole. You're driving around in your car when your boss calls you and says, "Hey Cole, how's the computer virus now? I want you to investigate the Byteworks factory and find out about it." And Cole says, "But boss, it's pretty dangerous right now." And the boss just... "Think of the money." The point of the game is that the player walks from computer to computer, performing quick-time events that help him advance through the game. The main mechanic is the phone that the detective has on him and using it to make decisions. Every single tiny decision affects the ending of the game. So, as you guessed right, the game has two endings, one good and one bad. In Terrafi Studios' existence, this is the very first good ending. Eventing was pretty easy, because I already had a vision of how the game would work. You move around a relatively small map, completing tasks that the game sets for you. It was important for the proper functioning of the game to always stop the player on the map and block his path before he made a decision. Once the player made a decision, the door was unblocked and the player could make another terminal. This was repeated over and over. In the process, however, the player was able to learn the backstory behind all of this and how it got progressively screwed up. Once the player made the last terminal, the game decided the player's fate. If the player activated 0 to 4 bad switches, the player survived. But if the player made 5 to 7 bad switches, the player died. Next up is to do a title screen, because I believe the first impression you make on a player is the title screen. Well, it makes sense. Using a couple of plugins, eventing, and using my very basic graphic skills, I made a title screen that is quite nice. I have to praise myself for that. Then it was enough to do some testing, to see if everything works. If there is some bug somewhere that would not allow the player to finish the game. Everything works, I can upload the entire project to both itch.io and GameJolt. And just hope that someone will notice these projects. I don't want to completely brag that it was completely all my work. I used awesome plugins from the community that made the game stand out. I know much more could have been done on the game, but it was a bit of a test to see how other games would go. I also wanted to try and use the camera more and make it an absolute cinema moment. I don't want to tell you everything. You can check out the game itself. You can download it on both itch.io and GameJolt. I'll be very happy if you support it in any way. I'll be happy for any feedback for other projects. See ya!